everyone. So this lesson is on solving quadratic equation. So using null factor law. So what is actually a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation is a quadratic expression that is put equal to 0, and quadratic equation have the degree or the power is 2, so therefore it has at most 2 solutions. So what is actually a null factor law? So for A times B to equal to 0, either A or B or both must be 0. So this is known as the null factor law. So in this example, we have x plus 5, the quadratic equation. It is already factorized. It is in the factorized form. So we have the two expression, x plus 5 times 7x minus 11 is equal to 0. So using the null factor law, you can just take each of the expression equal to 0 and solve for x. So therefore, first let's take the first expression, x plus 5. So therefore, since it is already in the factorized form, it's much easier using the null factor law. So therefore, x plus 5 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is equal to negative 5. Let's look at the next expression. 7x minus 11 is equal to 0. So therefore, we have 7x is equal to 11 and x is equal to 11 over 7. So therefore, we can actually see that it is already, the quadratic equation is already given in the factorized form. So using the null factor law, we take the first expression, x plus 5 is equal to 0, which gives you x is equal to negative 5. The next expression, 7x minus 11 is equal to 0, which gives you x is equal to 11 over 7. So therefore, when it is a quadratic equation, it will have at most 2 solutions. So these are the 2 solutions. Let's look at another example. 6x squared is equal to 54. So how do we solve it? So since it is an equation, we will try to bring the constant to the left hand side. So we have 6x squared minus 54 is equal to 0. So now let's look at the common factor. What is common to in both these terms? We have 6 is common. So therefore, we can write this as x squared minus 9 is equal to 0. So next, when we look at the expression inside the bracket, it is representing the difference of square. So we'll try to bring it in the difference of square form. So 9 can be written as 3 square. So this is representing in the form of a square minus b square. So a square minus b square is nothing but a plus b times a minus b. So therefore, we can rewrite this expression as x plus 3 times x minus 3 is equal to 0. So now we have factorized this quadratic equation. So we have factorized it. So now we can apply the null factor law. So you take each of the expressions. So first is a constant, 6 is equal to 0. A constant is equal to 0 is just a 0. Next, we'll take the next expression, x plus 3 is equal to 0. So which will give you x is equal to negative 3. Let's look at the second expression, x minus 3 is equal to 0, which means you get x is equal to 3. So now we have solved this quadratic equation. So the two values of x is minus 3 and plus 3.